Story 42 of The Sun's Babies by Edith House. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Scrambler. He was a young blackberry plant, but he was so tiny that he could scarcely be seen. Indeed, there was such a crush of growing things round him that it was a wonder he was not choked. He had started life under a hedge where the tangled weeds grew so thickly that even air was scarce. It looked for a time as if the little Scrambler must die. But his heart was bold. He did not give up. He pushed and pushed till he rose a little higher and could breathe a little more freely. Then he grew a number of strong curved hooks on his arms. "Kindly allow me to hold on to you," he said to the nearest weeds. He held on to them with his hooks and rose yet higher in the crowd. "Take your hooks out. You are hurting us," cried the weeds. They tried to grow above him and to crush him down, but he had the start now, and he made the most of it. Higher and higher he grew, holding on to the taller plants and sending out new hooked branches on every side to help in his support. At last his head rose above all the surrounding plants. He could breathe freely in the sweet air. "Ah, this is delightful!" he cried. He grew fast, spreading himself out widely on both sides. Now he turned his attention to the hedge. "I must climb to the top," he said, "so as to escape its shadow and get all the sunshine there is." Hook by hook and branch by branch he climbed up the side of the hedge until he could look over the top. "Why don't you grow thick stems of your own instead of hanging on to other people?" grumbled the hedge. But the Scrambler took no notice. He was busy making his flowers. "Now that I have been so successful, I must do my duty and bear seeds," he said to himself. When the buds opened, he was starred with pretty white blossoms tinged here and there with pink. He put plenty of honey in the honey cups, so the insects came in crowds and carried his pollen from flower to flower. "That is well," he said. "Now my seeds will set." Soon the petals fell and the seeds set. "I must make a sweet berry so that the birds will carry my seeds away to grow," he said. So he put his seeds in berries that turned black, and sweet and juicy. The birds came and picked them and carried the seeds away to grow. "I wonder you like to see your children going so far away from you," said the hedge. "It is the best thing for them," replied the Scrambler. "There is no room for them here. They would be choked if they fell beneath my branches." There was indeed no room for them there. The Scrambler had not only covered the top of the hedge, but he had grown over the other side too, down to the ground. End of Story 42.